Well, Microsoft is about to take and turn everybody's PC world upside down. Stay tuned, we got a good one for you. Well, friends, family, and everybody above. Everybody below, too. Welcome back to the channel. And you heard right. Microsoft's getting ready to turn everybody's... I'm scratching the mic because I want you guys to get your attention. Microsoft's getting ready to turn everybody's world upside down when it comes to AI tops. AI tops. And what does it stand for, AI tops? You know, the AI, artificial intelligence, is actually algorithm intelligence right now, but... And the tops? What's supposed to be tera operations per second? Now, from what I'm reading here, it's trillions of operations per second. Trillions. So if you believe that or not, that's up to you guys. But I've been doing my research a little bit on this because I got wind of it. And a lot of people were talking about it, and they're saying, you know, I got a phone call too from a couple friends, and they're sitting there saying, Jay, what are we going to do? And I'm like, what are you talking about? They said, well, Microsoft Windows operating system. And I said, well, what are we going to do about it? Is there something wrong with it? Because I was unaware until today that they were doing this. So, and get your drinks and snacks, by the way, guys. You're going to need it. Yeah, they were telling me that, hey, do you know that Microsoft with Windows 11 24H2? I said, yeah. And they said, you know, they're going to come out with Windows 11 25H2. I said, yeah. And then they said to me, do you know what the requirements are going to be? I said, no. Well, from what I'm hearing, that, and this is the way I'm hearing it, that you're going to require to have a neural processing unit on your CPU. And I'm like, no. And they're like, yeah. They said sooner or later it's coming. So they're trying to get the word out, and I'm going to get the word out too. If this is true or false or whatever, secondhand information, whatever. Take it with a grain of salt for right now until it comes out, but I'll tell you, better be prepared, because if that's the case, then that means anything from 8th gen all the way to 13th gen, you might as well throw it out the door for Intel. Anything from Zen 1 to Zen 5, you might as well throw it out the door too, because the 8700G is not fast enough. It doesn't have enough trillion operations per second on that neural processing unit to qualify for Windows upgrade. So now let's go ahead and go to the action screen. We're just going to jump into the action screen and see what I got rolling. Okay, we're here at the action screen. Microsoft preparing hardware guidelines for ACE AI PC tops and RAM requirements expected. 16 gigabytes of RAM could be the new baseline for the Windows PCs. Guys, let me tell you something. 16 gigabytes, nobody really, they use it, but they don't. Maybe for laptops, but for desktops, now these days, everybody's up to 32 gigabytes. I think they need to get up with the program. So let's see, bottom lines, what this says, and I'm going to read it out to you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. Manufacturers are gearing up to flood the consumer market with a wave of AI-capable Windows PCs starting later this year. But okay, taking my time. They will apparently need to meet a number of minimum requirements to earn that designation from Microsoft. Both TrendForce and Tom's Hardware source believe Microsoft will require new Windows PC to meet the performance threshold of at least 40 trillion of operations per second, tops, AI tops, to be labeled as true AI PC. Okay, now, guys, this is a sad day for us, because if Microsoft shifts their software completely over to that way, and I know you guys are saying, well, no, they're not going to do it. What if they do? You don't want to be caught off guard. You want to be on top of the curve. So, but there might be good news to this. So let's continue reading on through this article from TechSpot. Good article, by the way. Make sure you all go check it out. Okay. Both TrendForce and Tom, however, but yeah, we're past that. Blah, blah, blah. Qualcomm Snapdragon X Elite platform, which is expected to ship in the second half of 2024. We're past 2024. Could be one of the Microsoft's performance required 45 tops. Trend says Qualcomm early compliance. Could partner up with Dell, Asus, Lenovo, Acer to capture the AI PC interest. To encapsulate the x86 camp for some grief. Okay, so Intel's Meteor Lake platform said to fall short of Microsoft's program, 34 tops, but Lunar Lake might qualify when it arrives in a later date, later this year. 8000 series Strix Point will also get the nod for TrendForce to be added. I doubt it because it's only got 16 from what I'm hearing. So the new minimum baseline DRAM, 16 megabytes, hurdle for desktops, easy upgrade path, big unicorn for enthusiasts, considered 16 gigabytes. I got 64, so I'm not worried about it. Comfortable at 32 gigs of RAM. Existing laptop owners, then blah, blah, blah. You guys know the drill. Bumping RAM requirements, stabilized memory market, which there was rumors that what was it? Samsung was going to discontinue DDR4, AM4, so there might be a little bit of a hurdle that they got there. So now let's go back to the main screen and we'll finish up talking about this. Okay, now this is the information I was able to get up. Since that article didn't have much, but it had some. So the storage has got to be at least 256 gigabytes, and it has to be preferable M.2 SSD or SATA SSD is preferable. For the CPU, it's got to be Qualcomm Snapdragon X Elite and the X Plus AMD Ryzen AI 300 series processor and Intel Core Ultra 200V series. These are going to be the ones that are qualifying for the neural processing chip system on a chip, SoC, that's going to be built onto these things. So they'll be able to accept the new program that Microsoft has for Copilot PC. Now, I know y'all are saying you don't want to go that route. You don't want nothing to deal with. You don't want to deal with recall. You don't want to deal with none of that, you know. But what if Microsoft decides to shift? This might happen, and I have a bad feeling about this. And I know you guys might too. But that's the reason why I'm bringing it up to you today. This is my bad feeling. If they shift the software towards the Copilot PC, and they say, well, they're going to discontinue Microsoft's Windows 11 24H2, and then they're going to shift it to Copilot PC really fast, then we're going to be out of an operating system. If that happens, it might. So take that into consideration. But that's if you guys are into Copilot PC. You know, it's got a lot of creative tools. It's supposed to be. It's got co-creator in Paint. It's got a creator in Photos, security improvements, secure core PC features, and much more. As I'm reading through this, I'm telling you guys what I caught up with. So, but it's got the AI-driven tools like recall, live captions, and restyle image, performance optimizations for Windows Studio Effects. But it's going to have a lot of challenges for DIY system builders. You know, enthusiasts like me and a system builder as well. It's going to be a really bad challenge because now we're going to be stuck with certain processors in order to continue the upgrades of Microsoft Windows. But, there is a but. This is the good limitation. If they decide, and they might decide, to make the motherboards and build on the NPU, the neural processing unit, and they might have it with enough tops that they might not have to do an upgrade with your motherboard. They might just put out a new motherboard that has it built on and gives you an option if you want to go to that operating system or you want to stay on the current operating system. So they might do that too. So I'm just telling you the downsides, and now I'm going to give you kind of the upsides. If you are considering it, I mean, I can tell you right now, unless with my PC, I got the 4070, and I know it's got enough AI tops on the GPU itself to support it, but it seems that the system on chip has to be built onto the CPU. That's the drawback. That's the reason why we can't get any bit of it, is because it has to be built onto the CPU. Not unless they build it onto the motherboard. That's what my impression was getting. But unless you have a AI 300 series chip, which that's basically meant for laptops, and the Core Ultra V 200 Plus, or the 200V series, which that would be from Intel. So that would probably mean that, you know, you probably can get one of their chips right away. So think about that as well. So it looks like Intel might be a little bit busy if their CPUs passes Microsoft's, how can I say this, their blessing on the CPUs from Intel. So really don't see AMD having anything come out for desktops right now anyway. 8000 series, they only offer 16 trillion operations per second on those. So, and you need 40. That's going to be bad news for us, because now we have to wait for some kind of AI 300 series or something like that. Something that's going to come out and be adaptive, probably to the AM5 series, probably. Or they're waiting to push the Medusa, the AI 300 series Medusa, and they're going to come out with laptop and then desktop. You know how it goes. Same drill every time they launch. So, you think you're ready to build your PC right now? I'm going to tell you guys this. Right now, I'm skeptical about it. About recommending anybody to build their PC right now. And if you already got parts, that's good. Sit on them. You're going to need them. Because if it turns around that Microsoft starts to shill everybody off of it, you notice how I said shill. Excuse me. Off of their operating system, and they close up shop on Windows 11 24H2 and say, guess what? We're done. Everybody's got to go to Copilot PC. Nothing nobody can do. Everybody's going to be moving over to Linux. My best impression is, I'm not telling you guys to run right now over to Linux, but I am going to be kind of moving my channel a little bit here and there, probably to start doing some Linux videos as well. Because if this comes about and I'm behind the curve and I'm not ready for it, then I got to start considering options for this channel. And I'm sure not going to be running it on Copilot PC, is because I can't see spending $3,000 to $4,000 on a PC that can barely keep up with my PC right here. You get my point? So I'm not a shill about it, and I just don't see it happening. Not for at least 4 years. So, if you think, and this is going to be a question, I'm going to let you guys have this question so you can leave your comments on this video. Do you think Microsoft's going to actually make this move? Question mark. Let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what's going on with you. And let me know how stressed out you are right now over this. But anyway, guys, if you made it to the end of the video, this is just news, just breaking news to you, just getting it out here and just letting you know what's going on. And that's what I got so far, but if I hear of anything more, I will let you know. But anyway, If this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Don't forget about the notification bell so you know when I post the next video. And if you are a subscriber of the channel and you want to become a member, hit the join button. It would appreciate it. It would help us out. Until the next time and the next video, you know what it is, and we'll see you on the next one.